What's good? What's good? What's good? Another day down in the market. Another beautiful day on the day. You can see plus 600 on the day. Was a good trade. Was one and done early. If you go look back and look at my levels, I had my pre-market high, and if you go back and look at the trade that I wanted to take, you'll see I got exactly what I wanted. This was off my resistance zone. It was failure to break it. It broke it in pre-market, but trade right back under the level that I had present. If you, I erased the levels, but if you go back to my previous video, you can see the levels that I had up there, and I kept seeing that it kept rejecting. So I was ultimately I was already looking to take the short off of my resistance zone, which was prior day high, because the market's been in the downtrend for you know since February 19th. So that's been the market structure. And, it's opening up at my resistance zone. Then of course I'm gonna look to trade that. I'm gonna look to short that until proven. So I was comfortable with that trade, and if I'd have lost that level, then I knew I would have been out. So I waited for sellers to present themselves again, enter my trade here. Got out at the bottom of this candle right before the bounce happened. I could have got it all the way to the mid level that I had posted, but I think I got like 60 something dollars a contract, $62. I was in 10 contracts. It was like a $1,500 trade, made $619. So almost 50% on that trade, that's good, man. One trade done. Could enjoy the rest of my day. It's a blessing. I'm telling you, learning this skill is a blessing, man. It can really change your life if you really lock in and just stick to one thing and do one thing and don't try to bounce around the board. Yeah. So yeah, solid day on the day, man. But we can go back into now. We're just gonna trade recap and what the market's actually doing right now. We don't, as you can see, how the market's like to trade, right? Trend, then make its next move. I mean, consolidate, then make its next move. Consolidate, then make its next move. Are we going to have that happen now? We don't know, but you see, it's consolidating, consolidating. Even off good news, CPI came in cooler today, and the market tried to push out of the level, but got rejected immediately. As you can see, it was trying to get back and push up into that 565 zone and got rejected in pre-market. So that was another confluence that I had about trying to go short, because you see the sellers just straight push that straight back down. But anyways, you see, if we range trading now, I'm gonna put my levels up. These are the levels that I'm gonna have going into tomorrow. Well, don't worry about these up here. This just if this range break. These three levels are my levels that I'm trading within tomorrow. But you can see the range that it's building from 562 to 552. So this $10 range still. Are we going to break out and possibly push for 568, 569, 565s back into this range? Who knows? Or are we going to reject levels and then go try to push down to make another lower low on the higher time frames? If you go to the 1 hour, you see consolidation. What's going to happen next? No one knows what's going to happen next, though. You don't. And if someone tell you they do, then they're lying. But more than likely, if the trend is in continuation and overall sentiment hasn't changed, we haven't heard anything new. I mean, CPI did come out cooler than expected, so that could be a positive catalyst to push the market higher. But that could have possibly happened today. But if you look, I mean, it's a lower low. It didn't break the lower low today, which was prior day low. So the market is just trading in the range. Would it bounce into this range for a good while? It could possibly, but right now, I think, me personally, because I know there's more data coming out in the morning. PPI comes out in the morning, 8:30. So will that be enough to push the market higher? Since we are already in correction territory, will that be enough? Is this bottom? Who knows? Who knows? No one knows. All you can do is, like I say every night, just trade your levels. Wait for your levels to come into play. The levels that you stock, wait for them to come into play and take your trade off them. So tomorrow, this these three levels are the levels that we will be watching during pre-market, and if we have to make adjustments. So we have 562.45 to 563.11 prior day high. My mid level will be 557.24 to 568.04. So like almost that's kind of far, but you know that range is far. That's like an 80 to 80 cent range. So we'll probably push that up a little higher. Like I said, I like to trade out the 50 cent ranges, me personally. This mouse, man, I be having troubles with it. Probably need a new mouse, but whatever. So we'll probably keep it like that. So it was support, bounced off it, and then broke it, came back in it, try to use it as support again. So we'll have 558 to 557.41 as our mid level, which is a 60 cent range. That's about all right. And I didn't use prior day low because I know if the market get back down here, more than likely it's gonna try to test 552. So I just kept Tuesday's daily low as the bottom of the range because we're range trading right now. I just kept Tuesdays as my major support. And right now the mid level will be support until broken. If this break, then this becomes resistance. You know? So I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. So if this level breaks, then it becomes my resistance. So I'll be looking to probably get short off it then. But if it holds as support, then you'll be looking to get long off it, you know? It's just that simple. If we get back up to prior day high and it breaks it and it consolidates here, then look to get short off it. It's just that simple. Not really pattern trading, not really. It's just all price action and level trading. That's it, really. The patterns is what gives you just confirmation. Like you see a double top setting up, that's just telling you that it's sellers there. If you see a double bottom setting up, that's just telling you that it's buyers there. That's all the patterns do. So like you can see the patterns all over the board, but depending on where the patterns present themselves at, that's what gives it more confluence though. Like you can see double bottom setting up anywhere on the board. That doesn't mean the market is gonna bounce there or it's gonna turn around and reverse there. No, but if I see a double bottom setting up at my support zone, then more than likely it's gonna bounce there because prior day lows, prior day highs, those levels are super important. They are super important to me at least, and that's what I've been seeing through my journey and through my process. And that's why I mark them every night and trade off them every night. Intraday trading as a day trader, they're important. So the big question is, are we gonna range trade or are we gonna break out of this range and try to push to go test another zone, a higher zone, or are we going to bust down and go try to build a new support somewhere lower? Who knows? Guess we'll see tomorrow. So these three levels are the levels that I have tomorrow for tomorrow in the morning. And if these levels break, then I will adjust my levels. But that's why I keep these here too, just in case. They're just old levels that I had up here. I like to just mark them as I go along, remark them and re-put them on my chart. Like what's the likely if this resistance break, what's the likely of what area would it try to the market would try to go to? Next level is up here, the next prior day high. But you'll see this prior day low, it tried to break it in pre-market right here. Could not get past it. This was Monday's low. No, I'm sorry, Friday's low. You see it tested, couldn't break it. You see? That's where the rejection was at. So yeah, we'll see. So we can put that there because that's probably would be the most likely this if this level break, then more than likely it's going to try to push for 566 first, which is Friday's Friday low. Yep. All right. So these are the levels for tomorrow morning, and we will adjust if need be after data comes out at 8:30. All right. See you guys in the morning.